Good morning. I'm very glad to be here because some months ago we decided to move on, to change the way we were involved in OW2. We are pretty passive. We are some members of one or two projects, and we decided to change our minds. There's a lot of reasons for that. Just some word about Institut Mines-Télécom. We created this institute 2.5 years ago by joining Mines-Télécom, that gathers engineering school and management school of telecom and engineering school of mine. So it's there's 13 schools. We are under the ministry in charge of industry, economy, and industry. So for France is pretty special because very often institution research and teaching institution are under the Ministry of Research. So we have 3 basic missions. One mission is to teach engineers and managers. The second mission is to make research and mainly research with industrial companies. And we have a third mission of innovation and to help the economic development in our country. Roughly speaking, we are about 4,400 researchers, PhD students, postdoc, and engineers. So, what to move at the first title is OpenX for open source, open data, open knowledge, open IP. At the birth of OW, I serve as the scientific director of CNET, the name of Orange Labs at that time. And when we were members at the creation. Mines-Télécom was members of OW. I were not against, but I was not a real believer in open source. And I think things have evolved a lot since 16 years ago. It was 16 years ago. I think we have today reached the point where the switching point where cooperation globally become more efficient than competition. For you, it's obvious. For a lot of people, it's not so obvious. For some reason, so it's a very general keynote. Competition obviously speed up innovation and competitiveness of companies. But especially in the field of digital, with the approach of the winner take all, basically it leads to a waste of resources because a lot of people compete, people work for to be the best, and at the end there is only one winner. So first, waste of resources. The second point is this kind of evolution in the field of digital leads to a fast move to construct a kind of monopoly. We call it a platform today, and the creation of huge world treasures because of the defect of market, as economists say. So this evolution, competition, winner take all, lead to a few numbers of worldwide leading companies. This move gives some orientation to innovation to serve this kind of platform. And the innovation is either inner innovation or innovation coming from a startup, fast, successful developing startup, that with treasures they can buy. And it means that there's a lot of companies, startups, who are created only with a goal to be bought by, for example, the GAFA. Google or Amazon and so forth. So it gives some orientation to innovation, and at the final, it kills part of innovation topic and sources, and it frees evolution who are not in the platform mainstream evolution tendencies, trends and tendencies and needs. So it's why we need to balance that with other sources of innovation. And because I'm also a prospectivist, at the time of feudalism, richness was produced in the frame of commons. And the repartition of this richness was ruled by lords. with the development of capitalism, which is produced in companies, and repartition is ruled by the capital owner with kind of social regulation. And the commons are mainly reduced to public services. And I think that we are at the time of an evolution toward a new phase of synthesis between capitalism and commons, with the development of new commons, but this time ruled by actors' organizations, no more ruled by laws, but by actors' organization, and the development and what you said at the beginning with the development of a lot of companies in the field of open software is the synergy between private companies and commons. So, and open source software was a precursor, but we are in the time of a move where open data and open knowledge, a lot of evolution. So, if I come back to sustainable OW2 model, because it was one of our questions, I think and it was the real meaning of the involvement of Institut Mines-Télécom, I think we need of platforms to reach fast development of incremental innovations. There's a lot of innovation with creation of value, but we need platform to have to accelerate the arrival of these innovations. So, for the users, the main value is innovation, but platform is the enabler. So we have to imagine a new economic rules to understand, okay, value is either for free or is created in a private market frame, and we need platform, so we have a choice. Platform either as a monopoly of some worldwide firms, or platform as a common. And I think it's not a choice, either one. I think we need both. So the problem is how to create a sustainable model to finance these open platforms, the design and development of this open platform. And for companies, we are that in the frames that economists call game theory, between value to get from the platform and contribution to provide development of this platform. And this game theory is not a stable or sustainable way to found platform. So I think we need to try to develop some better rules with, I call, loyal assessment of funding. So it's not easy to design and build, but to funding in kind or cash. Funding, it means how much I get and how much I give to the development, how much I get from the development of this platform. And I think we need to make some model to try to define some rule with an engagement of loyalty, because either we can support this game theory, whereas sometimes a lot of people say, okay, it's very interesting, I give money, or my engineers participate. And 2 years or 3 years ago, they say, okay, I give too much, I have returned enough of the platform, so I go out. And with possibility of killing some platform evolution or development. So it's not easy to do, but my feeling is we need to work on this, the rule of this loyal assessment for the private companies that are members, that are part of this open software development. For people, we have other kind of reward is the creation of commons, to participate to the creation of commons, and this development of this share-like spirit to develop the commons. One idea perhaps also is more and more we use that we call crowdfunding to fund some projects, some innovation. Why not using this crowdfunding approach to help to the funding of OW2? And to conclude just this short talk, some ideas for OW2 development tracks. First, I want to say that Institut Mines-Télécom is very interested by the four initiatives you propose: security, big data, Internet of Things or of everything. And I think this idea is try to understand how research activities is moving in every field. And one of the moves is to develop that I call the living lab spirit. It means that living lab spirit is to put together not only obviously coders and architects, but also experts of applicative sectors and also users. And to achieve a fast development of new products and services is really a key point to put together the three sector experts, coders, and users. A second idea is more and more we need intelligent agent. So I think we are, and is not. I think it's very easy for object, for OW2. But the development of intelligent agent is a way to make a bridge between the complexity of the world we are creating and the ability for ordinary people to use it, to access to this world. So I think we need to work, and OW2 I think is a good consortium to do that, to think of us a review of intelligent agent with revelation about what kind of platform structure we need, what kind of learning process we may implement. The third point, the last point, is more and more, I think, big data, as the initiative Big Data is part of this evolution, to think of data-oriented applications, because obviously we produce more and more data. Big data is a kind of magic, because people say big data, we are going to solve every kind of problem. We know that is not so easy, because big data is also to mix some different sources of data, and mixing different sources of data is not so obvious. We need to qualify data. We have basic problem of applied mathematics problem if we use too many sources. And so in this spirit of data-oriented application, we need to attract about this initiative, obviously data analytics and coding, and I say also lawyers, because more and more the processing of data is going to make a rising problem of privacy. There are some new rules in Europe about the impact on privacy of when you process private data. So we need around this initiative is not only a technical point of view, it's also we have to take also usage sociologists and lawyers. We have a lot of effort to make about data visualization, access, and exchange. And it's important to have a very efficient core of tools to process data that we call big data, but we have also to take into account the constraint coming from the application sectors. So we have to develop some kind of sub-platform of toolboxes dedicated to given sectors, because if you work on open data of transportation, it's not the same if you work on open data for example, health. There's different kind of problem of security, real time, and so forth. So I think we need to think around this big data initiative to try to understand the need of different sectors, applicative sectors, and to attract into this initiative people of this initiative, these sectors. Thank you for your attention.